Alright, so we're looking at class and ID attributes. So far we've added ID attributes to name each div in our site in a very specific way. So this is the div ID wrapper is the outermost wrapper. The div ID header is the header div. This UL, this unordered list, is ID'd navigation. So each of these things, they have their name mentioned only once. The ID is used only once per page, so that there's only one unordered list called navigation. There's only one div called header, so that we can write a style that pinpoints that exact element and by itself completely. But let's say we have, if we look at our page here, we have our navigation, and right now it's still an unstyled, unordered list. But let's say that when we're on the home page right now, so we want that to stay normal state, and we want the three that are unchosen to take on a different state, like so that they look more clickable. So we would have to class these three together. We'd group them together, and that way we could write a style just for them. So let's go ahead and add class equals let's see, clicked. And I'm going to add that to all three of these unclicked items. So that these three are still in these three are grouped together, and when we write a style later on that talks to class unclicked, those three will be affected, but home will not be. So that is the difference between ID and class attributes. You can apply the ID, specific ID, only once per page. So only one element, one single element per page can have the name, or ID, pardon me, the ID navigation, or the ID header. Only one thing can be called header. Now, with class, you can apply a class to several items, just as we have here with our line items, our list items, pardon me. We've got three list items that we want to style together, so they are now part of a class. Once again, ID for one item per page, class for as many items per page as you want, and as many elements as you want. Because you could say h2 class, let me type that correctly, equals unclicked, but that wouldn't make much sense. You wouldn't actually want to style that the same way as you would the unclicked links, but just to let you know that any HTML tag can have a class or an ID. Those are just general attributes that are part of HTML.